Hey, what's up, everyone? You're here with Gora from PickDawgz, and thank you for joining me here. It's Saturday, it's May 24th, and we have a very big MLS slate as usual, 15 games on the schedule throughout the weekend. So, I guess stay tuned, guys, and for the next 10 to 15 minutes or something like that, we'll be talking about these MLS games that we have on the schedule. As this video is up on YouTube, so are the rest of the games in Europe. We are finishing off the season. We have, I believe, a long form video with like 9 or 10 games, which is going to be an interesting and a fun day. We have the DFB Pokal as well, and I'll also have premiums. I already have premiums up on the pickdawgz.com website. So get on board, guys. Get that daily pass, 3 day pass, or even a 7 day pass if that's something you want to do. We still have some action next week, and then we have the Champions League finale on Saturday as well. And getting a 7 day pass is going to get you covered throughout the next 7 days, Champions League included. I might have some reviews from the MLS. I'm not quite sure just yet. There's still time to put those in. But as of right now, I only have the free picks in this video. So make sure you subscribe and hit that like button, guys. We do appreciate it a lot up there at pickdawgz.com. Now let's get this show on the road, guys. The first game is between Seattle and Dallas. Now this could be an interesting matchup. We have Seattle, who's actually been playing pretty solid football, but Dallas has been doing a decent job as well. We have both teams. Well, actually, only Dallas was playing in that U.S. Open Cup earlier this week. Got knocked out after a penalty shootout to one of the New York teams. I think it was NYC. I'm not quite sure. It could be the Red Bulls, though. I haven't been paying attention to that. And Seattle is coming off of a 1-1 draw, and they have been conceding goals quite consistently. So, you know what? I'll take the away team here to score a goal. But Dallas to score at minus 143. Honestly, I'm not quite sure why I haven't taken the both teams to score because I could see it happening. I guess I'm just being a little bit more cautious. And both teams to score is actually minus 105, which is definitely worth the shot as well. I kind of have a hard time imagining Dallas keeping a clean sheet. I don't know. I might upgrade this pick to both teams to score instead of just Dallas to score. In the next game, guys, we have the matchup on the West Coast. We have San Diego and Galaxy. And this Galaxy team is still struggling. They are coming off of a 2-2 draw against their rivals LAFC, but they're conceding so many goals. It's just I don't know, it's just sad to watch. I mean, they are the last season champions and they are nowhere to be found this season. San Diego, on the other side, is actually doing a very, very good job, especially at home. They are now undefeated in their last 4 games. They have 3 wins out of those 4 games. And they have lost only one home game so far this season, while Galaxy is still winless on the road. I mean, I want to believe Galaxy can do something in this game. I'm not willing to put my money on them, but I think that they can score a goal at least once. So I'm taking both teams to score in over 2.5, which is minus 118 at the moment. Now, Montreal will be hosting LAFC up in Canada, and this could be an interesting matchup. Montreal, I mean, they look like they could be gaining some momentum over the last few weeks, but now again they are on a 2 game losing streak. They lost to Hamilton, which is actually the Canadian League team. They lost that Canadian Cup 1-0. While LAFC, like I said, they haven't had a midweek game, but they're coming off of a 2-2 draw against Galaxy. And they haven't been the best team on the road. As a matter of fact, they haven't won a game on the road going back to like last season. No, actually not last season. Going back to early this season when they were able to beat Kansas on the road. In this one, though, I mean, these teams played only twice against each other, and Montreal is actually still winless at home this season. But both games have seen at least 6 goals: 4-2 for LAFC at home, 5-3 for LAFC on the road. Now, of course, all both of these 2 games were like 6 years ago or whatever. So there's not much we can take from them. But I suppose I'll go with the Trends in this one. I'll take the over 2.5. It's minus 139. I mean, both teams are defensively pretty bad, but they could potentially see this game as a chance to get some points out of it. For our next matchup, guys, we have Charlotte and Columbus facing off, and this is a very hard game to call, in my opinion. We have Charlotte, who is on a four-game losing streak, but then again, we have Columbus on the other side, who actually has been playing pretty well this season, but they are on a three-game draw streak, and they have never beaten Charlotte on the road. I think that Charlotte will be focusing on that defensive end first, and then whatever happens, it's going to be good for them because they need to break this negative streak they are on, which makes me think this is going to be a very cagey match, especially in the first half, guys. So I'm taking the first half draw at plus 135 in this one. DC is hosting Red Bulls, and I still see Christian Benteke being injured for DC United. Haven't read anything about it apart from this, but they've lost only one of their last six games, so they're playing pretty well. They did have the US Open Cup game, which they won 2-1 after a penalty shootout. And Red Bulls had another game as well. Well, it was them who beat Dallas after a penalty shootout in that US Open Cup. Now, this is going to be a very cagey match, in my opinion, as well. Choupo-Moting is having a good season for Red Bulls with 7 goals in 14 games. Benteke is having a good season for DC with 6 goals in 12 games. But I still see, like I said, Christian Benteke being listed as injured, and New York Red Bulls are also missing a few starters as well. So this could be another cagey match, in my opinion. Could be a tight game. So I'm taking the draw at plus 224. Orlando is hosting Portland in Florida in the next game, guys. And we have Portland, who are coming off of a loss in the US Open Cup. They lost to San Jose 1-0 after the overtime, which was another long game for them. Before that, they got a 1-1 draw against Seattle, 0-0 draw against Portland, against Salt Lake, sorry. While Orlando, they are coming off of a loss to Nashville in the US Open Cup, but before that, they were brilliant against Inter Miami. They were brilliant against Charlotte. This is a team that's scoring a ton of goals. When I look at the injury list, guys, neither team is missing players for sure, but Portland has like 5 or 6 questionable players, and at least 3 or 4 of those would be in the starting 11 for this game. Now, I don't know what the situation is at the moment, but I just cannot side with Portland on the road. So I'm taking Orlando to win at over 2.5 goals. Even money might even get a bit better price if you have different books. So do your shopping, guys, as far as this one goes. Philadelphia and Inter Miami could potentially be one of the strongest matchups this weekend that we have in the MLS, guys. And honestly, I think that Philadelphia should be the bigger favorites right now than they are, and they are not big favorites. They're very. It's a very narrow margin between these two teams right now as far as the books are concerned. But Philadelphia is leading the league at the moment. They're sitting up top. They've won 5 of their last 6 games. And when playing at home, Philadelphia scored 17 goals in 8 games. Now, that's an average of over 2 scored goals per game. Inter Miami, on the other side, is not scoring a lot this season. 24 goals in 13 games, 11 of those were on the road, but they are conceding a lot of goals. Both teams are fairly healthy, and both teams will go for the win here, especially Inter Miami, who needs to bounce back after losing to Orlando last week and not winning any of their last 3 games. And I think this is going to be a fun game. I just can't see either side keeping a clean sheet, guys. Once again, both teams to score in over 2.5 at minus 120. I just have to go with it. Toronto and Nashville are facing off in Canada, and you know what? I'm gonna give a chance to my Canadian fellows up there. I'm gonna go with Toronto on the money line here. Nashville hasn't lost any of their last 7 games, but they did have a midweek game against Orlando, which potentially could leave them a little bit tired in this one. Toronto, on the other side, is coming off of a massive win against Montreal. They've beaten them 6-1. This was by far the best game Toronto had this season, and I think they continue to do the same at home. Now, I don't necessarily expect them to score 6 goals, not even close to 3 goals, if I'm being honest. But I think they get a win out of this one. So I'm taking Toronto on the money line. It's plus 173 right now. They're fairly healthy. All of their top players are in. They are confident right now, and I think that they can beat Nashville at home. Minnesota is hosting Austin in the next matchup, guys. And Minnesota at home is a very, very strong team. They're creating a lot of chances, they're scoring a lot of goals, and they've won five of their last six games. Now, Austin on the other side is coming off of a win from the US Open Cup. They were able to beat Houston at home, but when playing on the road this season, they haven't been that convincing, especially in the MLS. Yes, they got a couple of their wins, but right now they're missing a few players. They had that midweek game, like I said, they could potentially be a little bit tired, and they have a long travel involved. While Minnesota, they also had a midweek game, but it was a home game for them, so there's no traveling involved. And I think that's going to be key in this game. I think I'm leaning towards Minnesota, to be honest, but I'm going to take Minnesota team total over 1.5 goals. It's minus 123. It's a better price. I think they can easily score a couple of goals in this game. Kansas and New England should be another interesting matchup, guys, in the MLS. Now, I'm not willing to put my money on either of these two teams. Kansas, they are gaining a little bit of a momentum, but we've seen a ton of goals when Kansas was the home team. We've seen a ton of goals overall in this matchup. We've seen only one under hitting in the last one, two, three, four, five, six, in the last 9 games. We see both teams to score more often than not in this game, and the defenses haven't been the greatest in this matchup and with these two teams so far this season. So both teams to score in over 2.5 goals plus 101 for me in this one. Colorado and St. Louis. Well, guys, as you might have expected, I'm keeping this one very, very simple. I have zero, and I mean zero confidence in St. Louis on the road. They're just bad. They can't beat anyone. They had a midweek game on the road. Now they have to travel again to Colorado, which is another long journey for them. I'm not sure how much practice time they had, how many practices they actually had. Um, they're missing a few players. They can't defend. I mean, this is Colorado on the money line all day, any day of the week in this matchup. So, keeping it simple, guys, I'm taking Colorado on the money line at minus 108. Salt Lake and Vancouver. Now, Vancouver has cooled off a little bit. I have to admit that. And I think the big problem for them is right now that they're missing a few players. They're missing Ryan Gold, who is their captain, who is probably their best player. There's no doubt about it. But Salt Lake has been in a bad, bad, bad form. Now, Vancouver still hasn't lost a game on the road. I think that they're still actually undefeated this season in the end. No, actually, they have one loss. But when playing on the road, they've conceded only 2 goals so far this season. So that tells me that their defense is the staple of this team on the road. They are not necessarily pushing hard to score a goal. First things first, when you're playing on the road, if you're Vancouver, is the defense, and they've been doing a good job when it comes to that. Salt Lake, on the other hand, scoring less than a goal on average right now. They're just a bad team. 5 scored goals, 5 conceded goals at home. They're not doing a good job. Uh, but I think this is going to be a tight game, especially in the first half. I think that Vancouver will find chances to score a goal, possibly in the second half. First one, though, I honestly would not be surprised to see a nil draw at halftime in this one. So, first half draw for me here, plus 127. Now, San Jose and Houston. Now, this is an interesting matchup, guys. We have Houston, the team that's scoring a lot of goals right now, the team that gained a lot of momentum as well. Coming off of a loss in the US Open Cup, while San Jose had a home game against Portland, which they were able to win in overtime. Again, there's no travel time involved. I'm not sure what the distance is from Austin to San Jose, probably a few hours or something like that by plane. But honestly, I trust more in San Jose at home than I do to Houston on the road. But I do expect a lot of goals in this one. I do expect San Jose to be, I guess, mostly in control. I definitely see them as favorites in this game, and I think that they will create a lot of chances in this match. So I'm taking San Jose over 5.5 corners at plus 106. I mean, there are so many different routes I could have gone in this game. I could have taken San Jose team total. I think it's gonna hit. I could have taken San Jose to win in over 2.5 goals. even San Jose on the money line as well. Uh, I honestly could have taken San Jose win and both teams to score as well, which is for a deep plus money. But I think San Jose over 5.5 quarters could potentially be the safest pick out of all of these. I think that Houston on the road defensively is not a great team. They allow a lot of chances, and that should get San Jose at least 6 quarters in this game. NYC and Chicago are facing off in the in the East Coast, guys, and we have Chicago, the team that's playing pretty well right now on a 4-game winning streak. They have scored a lot of goals lately. Actually, they have 9 goals in their last 3 games. They have 13 goals in their last 4 games scored. Kept one clean sheet, conceded only 3 goals, so they're playing pretty well. NYC at home. I mean, they have been fairly inconsistent this season. I do understand why they're favorites because Chicago is also missing like 5 or 6 players because of the injuries and the red cards and whatnot. But I think it's gonna be a close game. I think it's gonna be a 1 goal game, and I think we see goals on both sides. So both teams to score over 2.5 minus 119. That's gonna be my pick for this one. And the last pick of this video, guys, is between Atlanta and Cincinnati. Now, Atlanta, I don't know. They're just struggling so much. They can't beat anyone. They're sitting almost at the bottom of the table. They haven't won any of their last 8 games. While Cincinnati, they're pushing for the top. They're playing well. They haven't had a midweek game. Neither of these two teams had. Uh, the only thing that scares me here is the fact that Cincinnati is a little bit shaky on their own. They haven't won. Well, actually, they won only one of their last 3 games on their own, but they are winning games on their own. And like I said, I mean, Atlanta is just a sad team right now, so I'm not willing to put my money on them. I'm taking Cincinnati on the money line. I mean, plus 161. I'll roll with it. If I lose it, I mean, I'll lose less than a unit, but I think Cincinnati is going to get a win out of this one. So I'm taking Cincinnati on the money line. That's it, everyone, for the MLS slate for this weekend. Thank you for joining me here. Check out the rest of the free picks up on the PickDawgz YouTube channel. Leave us a comment, guys. Let us know what you're taking and get on those premium picks as well. Good luck with all of your bets, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.